Alright, listen up. I'm using chess gameplay, alright? It definitely fits with the topic of today's video, and I'm kinda running out of gameplay. So, yeah, 1% of you watching are stupid, alright? You have the wrong opinion, and I strongly disagree with you. In fact, you are so stupid with your comments that you genuinely annoy me. Some of your essays that you write, spending 10 hours in the comment section, are not smart, you're not cool, you're wrong, okay? One more thing about the gameplay, I'm actually really bad at chess, but chess is seen as this intellectual game, and therefore I'm using it as gameplay because, it fits with the topic and whatever, and I haven't recorded a game in a while, so I'm kind of running out of gameplay, but whatever, none of you play chess anyways, you'll probably think I'm a genius. Anyways, today we talk about the 1%. Not the rich, not the famous, not the smartest, but the stupidest. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love 99% of you guys, alright? Everybody who takes time out of their day to sit down and watch my videos and actually support my channel by subscribing, liking my videos, becoming members, and even commenting each video genuinely means the world, alright? I mean that. And every single day, I love reading 99% of what you guys say. But, a big but here, when you have a moderately sized audience, I wouldn't say big because, sometimes the channel dips and all that, so moderately sized, you tend to attract some people, right, that disagree with you. And some of these people are just flat out wrong, so I'm here to tell you how wrong they are. So if you've been watching the channel recently, about 2 days ago, I made a video called "The School System Sucks." Pretty much, if you haven't watched it, I'll just summarize it real quick. It's as the title says, the school system sucks. I talk about how much I genuinely despise the school system and how it sets you up for failure. In my opinion, it makes you waste your time very unproductively and turns you into this factory worker, right? Like the zombie, constantly following instructions and memorizing completely pointless information, some of which you will literally never use in your life ever. I even made the point that most exams should be open book because that way you're not just memorizing stuff and you're actually testing your understanding, right? Now the video is 12 minutes long, which is longer than my average video because I was really passionate about this and I really wanted to explain it thoroughly. I could take it like an hour with it, but longer than my average video, and almost all of you agreed with me. The video had a very high like ratio as well because I feel like we've all had our grievances with the system and you all can relate because it is genuinely awful. But then I made the mistake of going to the comment section, right? And I found some people saying how my video made them lose their brain cells, right? And obviously, I'm not having that. Like, you may be a subscriber, but if you're wrong and you're calling me out, I mean, I get to call you out, okay? Obviously, not gonna blast you, I'm gonna cover your name, but here we have person number 1, right? So you see this little red icon here, this little red circle? Pretty much this means that this person is subscribed to my channel, so I think he likes my content, which I do appreciate, but obviously I have to defend my argument, which I believe is correct. I have to be honest, but this is the only video I've ever watched from this channel that made me lose all my brain cells. Anyways, even if there are some instances where I think school sucks, I still don't see the problem. Okay, right off the bat, instances, dude, I'm not even saying instances. The entire system, like 99% of it, is trash. Lol, I'm just editing my own comment as I watch this video. You couldn't wait, could you? It becomes extremely easy to fail school sometimes, or all the time, it depends, because people have a short attention span when it comes to school. So if you haven't watched the previous video, right, I pretty much just talked about how when I had no purpose in life, right, school was the only thing on my mind all day, every day. It was very easy for me to get good grades. But the second I started a YouTube channel and found my passion, it became near impossible to study because I wanted to spend every minute making videos rather than studying. And I said it became very easy to fail at that point for me. Whereas before, when I was one of the top scorers, I thought, wow, these people are so dumb. How can they possibly fail? It's so easy to pass. So I came to the realization that I was judging people way too harshly. I was completely wrong. People have their own lives, their own problems, their own passions, and their own full situation, right? Not everybody is 100% hyper-focused on school, and that's not their entire life. So this guy's response is, it's easy to fail because people have short attention span. So you're pretty much just blaming the students, right? Which I'm sure some people are just pretty much lazy, they have a short attention span or whatever, but I think I blame the system more than the people. That was the whole point of my video, because the reason they're not paying attention is because nothing interesting is going on. You spend like 8 hours or more a day just trying to memorize information. They know they're wasting their time and learning absolute mumbo jumbo. It's incredibly frustrating, so how can you expect them to pay attention? Also, exams don't have the dumbest freaking chance of getting a low grade. I don't know what language this is. If you get a low score, it's because you didn't study well. Nice one, Einstein. I get a 50-50 on high and low scores in school, so I think the chances of messing up in exams are even. Plus, I don't remember exams working like, do it like this correctly or you lose all your marks. Just saying that I'm really losing brain cells. Alright, so I also made a point that teachers make you answer certain questions a certain way, right? Or you lose all your marks. That was my experience and a lot of other people as well. They say that solve the question using this method specifically or I will mark you a 0. Even if my method is completely correct, I have to follow the teacher's notes, which are stupid and inefficient. Just because your marking system wasn't like that and you didn't have a teacher like that doesn't mean that doesn't happen to other people. Also, about this failing thing, right? People have different learning capacities. Of course, in general, if you get a low score, it's because you didn't study. But do you ever think why they didn't study? Or maybe they did study, they put in 100% and still failed the exam. Is that possible in your head? Because it is possible. It happened to me. Honestly, if things are easy for you, right? Like, good. You're fine with it, sure. But I'm speaking for the masses here, not you. You are very intelligent, dude. Just study, bro. You won't fail. Like, okay, dude. Also, we only bring textbooks to school for reviewing, not cheating. So he's talking about open book exams, and apparently he thinks that opening my textbook is cheating, which in a closed book exam it is, but I don't think you grasp the concept of what an open book exam is. They won't ask you direct questions from the textbook. That would be pointless. They actually test your understanding. And also, following instructions is pretty much a good thing, at least for some situations. Yeah, I agree. Dude, what do you think I'm talking about here? Of course following instructions is good. You learn how the world operates. As a baby, you follow instructions. As a kid, you follow instructions. If the law says don't cross the street, I'm not gonna be a rebel and say, I'm not following instructions, I'm gonna cross the street. Of course it's good in some situations. In most situations, in fact. But my point is, don't become a drone, a sheep, who only follows instructions, because that's what schools are turning people into. Also, for the third time, following instructions all the time doesn't mean you're a pathetic little sheep, as you would say it. As for homework, it exists so that you can put what you've learned into practice, so that teachers know if you've understood the lesson. Dude, what are you talking about? I never said that homework was a bad thing. I specifically gave an example of saying, oh, giving math questions for homework is pretty good because you're revising the material. And 10 questions, okay, it's fine. 30 questions, maybe you don't need to solve it that many times. 60 pages on this one topic, effectively writing the exact same thing again and again and copying your textbook word for word into your homework sheet, that is dumb. Also, learning from basic to complex doesn't sound so backwards to me. The real-world application thing is only taught after you learn. For instance, algebra or calculus, because it would be easier to understand the problem that way. Okay, when watching back my video, I did phrase this a little bit wrong. I said that learning from basic to complex is kind of backwards, which, you know, obviously it's not. You should learn from basic to complex, but what I meant was you start with the real-world application and then go down to the basics, because if you start from the basics, you don't know what you're using it for. I was pretty much saying exactly what Elon Musk was saying. If you've seen that video, he says that he's created a special school for his kids because he doesn't trust the actual education system to actually teach people. He gives an example of seeing the car first, right? And then you see a wheel and you're like, oh, what is that used for? And then you start learning, instead of starting from the beginning with like all this random gibberish which you don't understand what it's used for. I respect your opinion though, and there's nothing wrong with it apart from losing brain cells. I also respect your opinion, dude. dude, and there's nothing wrong with it, apart from losing a severe amount of brain cells. I get that it sucks in a lot of people's opinions. In conclusion, I agree and disagree 50-50. For me, I disagree 100% because Jesus Christ, this was so wrong. Then we have person number 2. My honest opinion, you are partially correct, sure, but the reason the closed book exam should be a thing is that because imagine you want to be a civil engineer. One of the tests are how quickly you can build a sturdy bridge. Who would they take? The dude that knows how to build a bridge by heart, or the guy that Googles how to build a sturdy bridge? Most of the time, you're gonna choose the guy who knows it by heart. Alright, I've got a lot to say here. First off, I specifically mentioned that not all exams should be open book. Okay, listen, I know nothing about being a civil engineer, but just from what this guy has told me, I think this guy thinks that we're gonna do nothing in school for 10 years. You're just gonna, when somebody asks you to build a bridge, for the first time ever, you're gonna Google it on the spot. That's not what I'm saying. So you spend 10 years learning how to build a bridge by heart. What do you think I'm doing in the 10 years, dude? I'm learning too. I'm just not wasting my time memorizing something for a stupid exam. And memory comes with practice and knowledge. If you study for a test, then you're gonna know the answers 99% of the time, and those who don't will most likely forget. Again, you've completely missed the point. I know that if you're familiar with the material, you're gonna know the answers. Why are you telling me this? And this was the stupidest opinion of them all. Also, open book exams, although are difficult, tend to help those who didn't work for it. While closed book exams, they separate those who studied a lot, those who studied a bit, and those who didn't study. My guy, listen closely. That is the stupidest statement of 2020. Holy mother of God. This man just said open book exams tend to help those who didn't work for it. Dude, if you didn't study for an open book exam, you're getting a 0. Closed book exams don't separate who studied a lot and a bit. They separate who memorized a lot and memorized a bit. Open book exams, depending on how you implement them, will be way more effective at testing students on what they've learned than closed book. Because in closed book, I memorize it for the exam day and I forget everything the next day. Okay, listen, I do have a hypothesis as to why people are so eager to defend the schooling system, and it's very evident even from talking to my classmates back in the day. They would say, no, it's fine, we're learning every day, this is efficient, we might be wasting 8 hours here, but at least this class is good. The thing is, you just don't want to believe that you've wasted years of your life, and you're still wasting time day by day. It's the most painful thing to accept in the world, but it's the truth. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you like, you've been spending your time perfectly, this is how your life should be. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? Reality. Anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. I'm sorry to the 2 people that I talked about today. I mean, you started it by saying that I made you lose brain cells or whatever. I have a right to call you out and defend my arguments, alright? Anyways, do smash like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Genuinely means the world, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.